Want to make a season's worth of progress in just one day? Our Ultimate Training Days are designed to help you stop guessing and train with confidence. In just one day, you'll receive personalized feedback from our experienced coaches through swim, bike, and run sessions, hands-on skills practice, and mental training. With our small coach-to-athlete ratio, you'll get the individual attention that's hard to find anywhere else. You'll leave with practical strategies you can apply immediately, greater confidence in your training, and a community of athletes and coaches who are cheering you on long after the day is over. Whether you're training for your first race or chasing a new PR, these camps fill quickly because space is intentionally limited. Our upcoming camps are July 19th, August 9th, and September 20th. To learn more and reserve your spot, visit theenduranceedge.com/camps. Now let's get into today's episode. All right, welcome back to the Find Your Edge podcast. I am your host, Coach Chris Newport, and I have one of my favorite guests with me, Coach Carlie, who is now, okay, here we go, Dr. Frost-Poirier. How did I do?
Yes, you did beautiful. Chris, I've worked for Chris for 5, maybe closer to 6, I don't know, somewhere, many years now, and she's still figuring out how to say my last name.
Yep. Hi. Glad you still accept me, Carlie.
That was beautiful. That was probably the best you've ever pronounced it. So
Thank you. I do learn. I can learn.
50 years of charm.
That's right. Yes. So we have our upcoming Ultimate Training Days, and I thought it would be such a great opportunity because you have been at a good majority of our camps and have seen the transformation that people have gone through by experiencing this event. And whether you come to our training camp or whether you do another training camp, let me just tell you, do it. That's the long and the short of it. And so I figured this would be a great opportunity for Carlie and I to share some stories of some of the transformations that we've seen when, people come in and they're like, I'm going to learn how to bike better, and I'm going to learn about fueling and hydration, or, sit through this lecture on mental performance and, maybe just go ride my bike and meet some new people. And lo and behold, the transformation is much deeper. Would you agree?
Deeper or just different. I feel like almost to your point, people come in because they specifically want help on this, or, they're focused on a certain thing, and then they leave like, I didn't realize I needed to learn this thing that I learned today, and it just absolutely changed my run, or say, whatever it might be. But yeah, just that you come in with one expectation, you leave like, holy moly, this was maybe a lot different than I thought it was going to be, but I'm leaving with a piece of information that I thought I was good with.
Or yeah, and not necessarily even a piece of information, but a doorway that you didn't even know was like literally right in front of you that was open, and you were just like, I just don't even see that door, and it just takes that one person to be like, no, you need to be going that way. And then people are like, no kidding.
Yeah.
How about that? Even though they were down every podcast, YouTube, forum rabbit hole on this one particular skill set or these different types of workouts to make you better in this other way, when really they just need to be redirected.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of doing an actual in-person coached experience where you are seen and have the opportunity to just be vulnerable and be open, like, okay, teach me the things. Because I think that that's one of the challenges is if somebody comes in like, I don't have anything more to learn, or they're probably not coming, honestly. Like, I'm good at all the things. You're like, well, are you?
And I think the great part about a camp too, particularly when we do Ultimate Training Days like this, where we're touching on pretty much all the aspects of triathlon within one day. So you're getting eyes on you in the swim, the bike, the run, a transition. We're going to talk mental skills. So it's not, it's not just going to a group ride or going to an open water swim. You're getting eyes on your technical skills in each discipline in triathlon. And I'm sure some of you out there are absolutely wonderful and perfect, but I'm sure there's something we can catch to improve or a tidbit that we can give you. Or you're coming in like a newbie and you're just like, tell me all the things, which is super great. But the day is jam-packed. It's gonna touch on everything and you're gonna have eyes on you. And what's so great about this year too is we're incorporating mentors from our racing team. So not only are you getting a group of coaches, but we're also having mentors that are elite athletes, and they're going to be great examples for us to use to show good form and things like that. But we've almost doubled the amount of eyes that we'll have on you to like pick up those things and give you that feedback and just encourage you because you're probably doing better than you think you are too.
Yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I think we're probably, this sport attracts a lot of perfectionists. Cough, cough. I know I'm talking about you out there if you're listening, or people who are, set really high expectations for themselves and don't necessarily give themselves enough credit for the progress that they've made, or just honoring where they are in the process in relation to other people. I mean, we're always like, oh, I should be like the pros, or, why is this other person excelling so much faster than, they have, regardless of like their skill level. It's like the unfairness that somebody else is excelling faster than they are, and what are they doing wrong? And this is such a great opportunity to actually have people see you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sorry, you guys, but AI cannot do that for you. You really have to be seen it's just a totally different energy to be able to be vulnerable and be open to coaching and to accept your next best level of athlete inside you.
Last year, whenever it was, I can't remember now, but Coach Peter did the mental performance chat that day. He's also doing the one that we have coming up here. Y'all, if you haven't met Coach Peter yet, he's a delight, and we love when he gets to come up and actually be in person with us. But last time he talked about goal setting and worked everyone through. We had paper and pens for everybody, and it was more of like a workshop more than a seminar where you just sit there and listen. But I think the biggest takeaway, one, people learned a new and different way to sort of approach their goal setting for the season. But I heard a couple athletes like, oh, I need to bring this to my coach. Like we haven't considered my goal in this direction. We haven't talked about it that way, which was super great. And, as coaches, we only have so much time in our coaching calls and in our communications, and there's a bazillion things that we're talking about. So it's super helpful when an athlete comes in and they're like, hey, I want to talk about this very specific thing. And you're like, great, let's go for it. But yes, so last time was more on goal setting. I think he's working on some sort of resilience discussion for this upcoming one. And we haven't settled on topics for our other two ultimate training days just yet, but I'm sure we'll figure that out here in the coming days.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I loved how with the workshop style that he did last time, as people share, other athletes had like aha moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this other athlete is experiencing something similar to me, but they're at a totally different level than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So, or having some silly moments that you're like, oh, I can laugh at myself for that. That is also okay.
Yeah.
So that was,
I think learning how to break down your goals too, like you mentioned, there's a lot of perfectionists out here. There's a lot of type A personalities. You guys are typically very high performers in multiple areas of your life. So you come in with these big hitting goals. And I think that talk just helped a lot of people break it down into smaller chunks and make it more manageable and set some shorter term goals as they work towards that big one, which is always super helpful to kind of break that down too.
Yeah, definitely. I loved the when we started off on the bike ride, because we got to all branch out based on different levels and skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I took
unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly.
This is not part of the plan.
This was not, yes. So listen, y'all, the Endurance Edge, we are known for our flexibility. We are very adaptable in the moment. The intention was to have two groups. one to be a little longer and a little bit faster, and the other to be a little shorter, and a little bit more accommodating for different speeds. And we had uh, two athletes who were like literally didn't know how to ride a bike.
Yep.
They were experienced marathoners, so not new athletes, but they were like, I've never ridden on the road before, and this is terrifying. And so while the riders went out in one direction, you and I took them to a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to laugh about it. It was like so joyous. I mean,
No, it's great.
and taught them how to ride bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you what were you thinking in that whole experience?
I very specifically remember taking a photo of them and telling them that I was going to show it to them when they became an Ironman. And one of them has done multiple 70.3s since then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I I love it. I think both like our superpower and probably our fatal flaw at the same time is that Chris and I sort of have this attitude of like we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
yeah.
we figure it out. But thinking on our feet and just rolling with it, like I challenge you to come to a camp and find a reason that I don't have 20 minutes to sit around and just wait until the next activity. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna go work on this. Like come and find me and we will go and work on it. But I love that they were like, hey, I'm just gonna sit out for the ride because I'm not comfortable going out on the road yet, but I'm here for the whole rest of the day. And we were like, absolutely not. We're gonna go learn how to ride a bike. Like, let's go. And we did. And they
Yeah.
figured it out. And then
Yeah.
they like it's amazing.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
a
we
highlight.
took them, we did very specific drills
Yeah.
around the parking lot. We taught them how to corner, we taught them
Hmm.
how to brake, we taught them, like, one girl was on a hybrid, which I feel like there were a few moments where I almost had a heart attack, but didn't, and she made it. And
Yeah.
it's almost like teaching a kid to walk, and they're like walking on the edge of like a dock, and they're
Mhm.
about to fall in the water, and you're like, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, and then you just kind of scoop them up a little bit and just guide them in the other, like, they don't know any better. They're just like, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
So just being so naive coming into it is such a blessing that you don't overthink it. And they got it, and they were so good at it. Like, it, I feel like both of our minds were blown.
Yes. Well, again, they were both like wonderful marathon runners, so they had super strong legs coming into it. The cardiovascular fitness was there. They just, to your point, it's kind of like a toddler figuring out how to walk straight, and it was just like, all right, here we go. And to your point, I think we were raising seats and talking about shifting, and I think we might have taken a kickstand off at one point.
Oh
Like,
yeah, we probably did. Wow. Yeah. And then I think we were using shoes at some point, maybe taking off our shoes and using those as like turning cones,
yeah, yeah,
possibly. Like,
there's a good chance.
we just making it work. And then they left like, cool, I can do this thing.
Hmm.
So I feel like I mean, that's, our point of these training days is walking away, seeing athletes believe in themselves and have more confidence.
Yeah.
So, and in the meantime, the other cyclists were out getting direction on like how to hold a line,
Mhm.
how to pass safely, how to shift properly, we've seen this at camp, I feel like very frequently, is cadence, like there's some things that happen intuitively in some athletes and some things that just absolutely don't. And how are you going to know? Like when somebody gives you a training plan, you're just like, okay, pedal your bike this far and this fast at this intensity or whatever, but you don't see the whole picture.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about training camp,
Hmm.
is that we get to see the whole picture.
I mean, I've worked with athletes for months and then I see them ride or I ride with them. I'm either uh run and sag from a car and seeing them ride, or I'm riding with them and I'm like, have you been doing this the whole, like, we've been working together for 6 months now. Have you always been in your big ring?
Mm-hmm.
This is-
Mm-hmm. I remember at one camp riding up next to somebody, and I was like, okay, so we're going to shift to the small ring now. And they were like, what's a ring? And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, we're just going to back it up a little bit. And,
Yeah. And
you know,
y'all, let me add to this that these are not like necessarily beginner athletes in
Mm-mm.
this scenario,
Mm-mm.
or slow athletes by any means. Some of them far better athletes than I've ever been. So, like, don't think, oh, okay, you're running like a beginner camp here. Like, yes, we are very beginner friendly, but we have elite athletes coming out here, and we're, everybody has somewhere to gain and grow. And
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Which similarly reminds me of a very elite athlete who I've seen in the lab and, VO2 max well into the 60s, like stellar athlete. And he's an on-road triathlete, and I saw him at an off-road triathlon, and he came over to me and said hi, and it was, lovely to see him. And then I was like, "Oh, have you ever done this before?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Okay." When you're just like, I see your future.
Mhm.
But it's not my place right now to give you any, like they're not asking for any video. We're just saying hi. And then after the race was like, I didn't know about a thing called traction. Like just they're just like they just don't know, and then they get out on the trail and they're like, "Oh, that was hard. This takes a different degree of skill." Now, that is in the context of, mountain biking or off-road triathlon, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can take somebody who's like, I swam in college, and then you throw
Mhm.
them in the open water, and it's like a whole different ball game.
Mhm. We actually get that a lot of pool swimmers that are like, I'm real great in the pool, but I need you to take me in the open water because I like that. A totally different ball game.
Yes.
And they always do wonderful, but sometimes you just need a little angel on the shoulder to help you get there.
Yeah.
But I think to your bigger point of you just don't know what you don't know. And
Mm-mm.
even if you've been working with a coach for a while, like again, there's a bazillion things for us to talk about with our athletes and just some minute things get passed over. And then when the eyeballs are on you, you're like, oh, okay, let's talk about this.
Yes.
Or let's try a different way or something.
So I think that's a great way of summarizing everything is basically you don't know what you don't know, but you think you know various things and you've gone down the rabbit holes of like, I know all the things about FTP or VO2 max or, run form, or like I had an athlete in the lab the other day who was like, well, everybody tells me to go super easy on zone 2 and then, don't spend any time in the middle. And that was his opportunity for improvement. Like I'm following what the textbooks are saying or what everybody's saying and yes, we can speak to generalities all day long. And it's great that we have so many opportunities for learning all these different things with, again, podcast, YouTube, whatever, friends. But then it's so different when it applies to you
Yeah.
and when someone can actually see, again, you have blind spots. And that is what Ultimate Training Day is all about, is uncovering those blind spots and giving you a whole next level. Like y'all just don't even know the greatness that you have like on the other side of just
And not only that, but oftentimes you're not the only one that needed that information. And then you're there with 2, 3, 10 other athletes that you're like, oh, okay, it wasn't just me having a hard time with this, or just me that didn't know that thing, or and now all of a sudden you're in like, oh, I almost had a pun. I was going to say camp with other people, but I didn't
puns are
mean it.
welcome
I
here,
didn't. Don't
Carlie.
don't fault me. I didn't mean it, guys. Um, but just to recognize triathlon is such an individual sport, and you can be in the sport for many years and sort of going at it on your own. You don't have a coach, you don't have a community, you're not necessarily going, you don't live near a club that has group rides for you to join on Thursday nights and get a beer. So to come in and be like, oh, okay, what I'm experiencing is normal. All these other people have either gone through or they're going through it right now too. And having that mental sort of connection of just like, okay, I'm on the right path. I'm doing it. Like I'm supposed to hit these roadblocks as I go along, or these learning curves as I go along, is one of the great things too. And the two people we're talking about learning to ride a bike, I don't think either of them knew each other before that day, nor did either of them know that there would be someone else there that didn't know how to ride a bike. And now all of a sudden they're learning to ride with someone else. And that absolutely connected them and created a connection for them moving forward, which is super great too.
And the other thing that I thought of as you were talking is not everyone who comes to our camps are quote unquote our athletes. Like
Oh,
you
most,
don't have to be coached by us.
no.
We are our bigger mission and vision is to empower you and to create a community.
Hmm.
That is the nutshell of our mission and vision. And if that means you're coached by someone else, great. That is more opportunity for them to guide you and do great things along the way. So we have folks who have local coaches who come to our camps. We have folks who have faraway coaches, virtual coaches who come to our camps. And it's just so nice to have that opportunity to get that personal feedback. So again, you're uncovering your blind spots. And it just makes that relationship between you and whomever your coach is that even better. Now, that being said, you are welcome to work with us too. But also, we're here for your improvement and for the bigger community that endurance sports brings together.
Yeah.
So.
And it's just, I think there's a couple groupings, I'll say, that end up at our ultimate training days like this, right? We have our athletes that are just like here for a good time and they always want to be involved. Love it. Love to see it. They're the ones that bring the vibes and set the tone, right?
They do. They have the best jokes.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, oh, I can laugh while I'm doing this. We're like, yes, absolutely.
So, we'll have a chunk of our athletes there. We'll have a chunk of other local athletes that are coached by other coaches in the area. Again, regularly, you guys, they're there. We have uncoached athletes that are just local and looking for something too, right? Typically those athletes have some sort of race, a race of the season. Obviously, usually everyone does, but particularly like if you're going for your first 70.3 or something and you're wanting the clinic portion to really like hone in on those skills, but again, have some eyes on you and get some feedback and then have a nice big training day. So we often see some people that just have some more long course goals of the year and are looking for just a supported big day. Again, we're going to have snacks. We're going to give you lunch. We have multiple clinics set up
and not
within
any old lunch,
the coach.
a Chef Jay prepared lunch.
Oh my gosh.
Come on now. Like,
yeah, I just want you to know, I hype up Coach Jay all this regularly and his like anytime someone's like, okay, but you're going to give us food. I'm like, no, I'm going to give you amazing food and it's going to be great. And then they finally eat it and they're like, oh, you might not have hyped this up enough. And I was like, you thought I was crazy.
When we could hype up oatmeal, like it's not like I just love how people are like, oh, my mom made oatmeal, it was so gross, or I had, I've never liked it. And Chef Jay makes this oatmeal. And they were like, what did you do to it? Like, what did you add to it? He's like, water.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just like, it's so hilarious to me.
Yes.
Anyway.
I know. It's my like favorite thing to be right about.
Yes.
Because I know they all think I'm crazy when I'm like, no, it's that good. Like I know everyone judges me when I say it. And then everyone afterwards is like, no, that really was amazing. I'm like,
yes. Yes. So anyway, I interrupted you. Refreshments and delicious food.
Oh yeah. I totally sidetracked by the yumminess that will ensue. But yeah, just come hang. It's educational. It's fun. You're gonna leave with at least one massive takeaway or one massive improvement that's gonna shift your trajectory moving forward. If not, again, things to bring up to your coach, follow-up questions that you have. Once again, we have multiple coaches. We're going to have mentors there too. And just come out and have fun for the day.
Yeah. We have 3 opportunities. They're all Sundays, one in July, one in August, one in September. So I think some people got a little confused, like, do they all go together?
Oh, sure.
They're all separate. You are welcome to come to all of them, but you probably only need one. But if you want to have a conversation. So another thing that often happens at camp is you might be included in the group or you might be in the group doing something. And then you have a specific question that needs a separate coach to pull you aside and have that like conversation kind of over to the side. And that could be, hey, I would recommend coming back to another camp, or you really need some work in this area or field, so we're going to be honest and transparent with you. We're not going to sugarcoat things. But all that being said is that come hang with us once. Come all 3 times if you want to, but certainly not a need to. But we wanted to make more opportunities for people to come play because, we know that people are busy and have a lot going on. But you deserve to have a breakthrough this year. And this is going to be it.
Yeah. And it's great. It's local. You're waking up and going to bed in your own bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you travel a couple hours to come see us. That's cool too. Yeah. And it's way cheaper, obviously, than our overnight camps, which we have 2 coming up. We have our next spring, which location TBD, but it's going to be in April of 2026. And this time we are splitting it into 2 options. It will still be a 4-day camp. So if you're looking for that experience, it's a different vibe. It is, it's a deeper transformation. It's a deeper opportunity to really uncover your blind spots and really lean into your community. And then we're having a different experience this fall with our women's retreat. And I'm so excited. Obviously, you're excited about that, Carlie, because it's going to be the 2 of us. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Anyway, so more info on that. It's on our website, but you can't quite register for the women's retreat or for the spring training camp. In the meantime, come hang out with us at the Ultimate Training Days. And thanks for sharing your thoughts, Carlie. Much appreciated. And all you guys, I better see you out at camp.
Come join us.
Woo! Thanks for listening to the Find Your Edge podcast. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you're interested in learning more about our endurance coaching, sports and wellness nutrition, metabolic and sweat testing, triathlon training team, or our triathlon training library, be sure to check us out at theenduranceedge.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media at The Endurance Edge. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.